Hi guys, welcome back for more our life beginnings and always. Oh my god, I almost forgot the title because it's been a while. Because I've been recording Camp Body Scoutmasters season, and and also I've celebrated Christmas with my family, and and also New Year, and I haven't recorded in a while. And yeah, where we left off. Mm, if I can remember it correctly, we went shopping with Cove for my cat is playing for a sand pail because apparently he lost his and he doesn't want to admit it. And while we were shopping, we met a magician. And that magician gave us some balloons, and Cove's balloons popped out, and he started to cry, and we gave him ours. And that's very much what happened. Now let's see what's next. The grown up, long day, sandcastle, fireflies. I want the grown up. Let's check the grown up. One sweltering summer day, you were in your living room with Cove, listening to the sounds of the birds chattering outside the window while you lay across the rug on the floor. Cove's dad had dropped him off earlier, and your moms had left the two of you along with Lizzie to play amongst yourselves. Okay, it's confirmed we got lesbian parents, and I'm not complaining about that. I'm okay with that. I don't like Yuri, but I can let this one slide. It had been too hot. I'm so sorry about that. It had been too hot to go outside in the afternoon, at least according to Mommy, so your sister was starting to get impatient waiting for her golf class that evening. So there is a golf class. Is that a thing in real life? I don't know. The three of you had had trouble finding something fun to do. The beach and the playground were off limits, and you felt that it was too warm for anything like playing with your fuzzy toy animals. Then suddenly, a light came to Lisa's big brown eyes and her smile spread across her face. Having an idea gave her a new wave of energy. Since we're stuck inside, we should be adults. They don't play outdoors anyways. They're always inside and telling everybody they're too busy to play.
Why?
I said why, and it'll be fun, duh. What do they do inside that we don't? Besides, use the phone a lot. Excluding a small huff, Lizzie decides to ignore Cove.
What do you think?
Vincent, what do you think? Do you want to? Cove said it doesn't sound fun. I bet we could come up with something else. I don't know. I want to. I want to go with Cove since we'll like him anyway. Come on! Neither of you have had one single idea all day. You could tell that Lizzie wasn't about to give in anytime soon. Fine. With her victory against Cove under her belt, Lizzie turned to you, triumphant. I'll try it, but that sounds boring. Okay, I'll stay. Sorry, I have other stuff to do. You kept hesitating. Okay, I'll stay. Oh. I hope this is as fun as you're promising it'll be. Lizzie looked at you, deadly serious. I wish it was fun. It is fun. It's the most exciting idea I've ever had all week. Satisfied that neither of you were about to bail on her, Lizzie thought over her options while you watched. After a few seconds, she clapped her hands together and beamed, apparently having settled on something without asking either of you. So we're gonna pretend to be grown-ups. How do we do that?
Okay.
I'm gonna be professional golfer. Vincent, you and Cove can be lovers. A beach volleyball player, a gymnast, or a tennis player.
Boring, Lizzie. Why can't we pick anything we want?
Because I have a fun idea, that's why.
Liz sounds brat, and I hate brats. And we have to play sports as adults.
Yep.
But there's other kinds of sports too.
Right?
It isn't the same. What do you think, Vincent? Don't those choices sound super cool?
They don't.
You wanna be that, huh?
I don't. I kind of like those. No, I do not. It really doesn't. Yes, it doesn't. Haha, it sounds like a blast. Isn't there anything else we can be? You nodded. Maybe not. It really doesn't. Anything else we can be? I don't want to tolerate this little sister. You nodded. Maybe big sister. I don't know. You nodded. Maybe not. You nodded. No. It really doesn't. Kind of like. It really doesn't. Yeah, it really does. No, let's be honest, it really doesn't. I'm so sorry. Lizzie pouted, resting her hands on her hips and tapping her foot impatiently.
Well, too bad. I made the plan and you are a part of it, so choose one already.
Cole was not impressed with Lizzie's attitude, though he didn't bother talking more about it for now. My cat is horsing around. Damn. You thought over the list of possibilities, beach volleyball, gymnastics, or tennis. The only sports I can do is volleyball, I think, and a little bit of badminton. Can you hear my cat in the background? My cat is tossing a lot of stuff. Out of all of them, you'd prefer to play beach volleyball. Gymnastics, ew, I don't. I'm sorry. I'm not criticizing gymnastics. I'm not hating gymnastics. I just don't like it. I'm so sorry. I'm not really throwing shades of gymnastics. It's cool, but I don't think my body can handle it. I'm not that, flexible. Beach volleyball. Yeah, beach volleyball. If you couldn't spend the afternoon at the beach for real, then you might as well pretend you were there. You could even wear a swimsuit to make it seem more realistic, although Lizzie probably wouldn't let you run off and do that now that she had you here. I want to see Cove in his swimsuit. We're getting dirty, huh? Even though they're just kids. Yes, that was clearly the top option. I want to be a volleyball player.
All right.
How about you, Cove?
I'll be a volleyball player at Vincent.
Aw, that's sweet.
Cove, I love you.
Lizzie threw her hands in the air, making an annoyed sound.
Okay, that was that was supposed to be me. Lizzie threw her hands in the air, making an annoyed sound.
You guys can't be the same thing. That's not how it works.
Well, you can't play beach volleyball by yourself. You didn't say that. The rules speaking from the list. You can keep adding more.
Lizzie looked at the two of you, then shook her head, resigned to losing this battle but not the war.
I did it again. You know what? Let it be. I'm not going back.
Fine. You're both volleyball players, but you're on the same team because there's only one.
Liz's ponytail bobbed with Liz's ponytail bobbed when she proudly stretched her arms wide.
The Olympic team.
What?
We're Olympic athletes who just competed in the Olympics.
Go didn't seem all that impressed with the announcement. Me too. He made a face and adjusted the glasses on his nose. That's really specific.
Rude.
That's what make it fun anyway.
What are these? Okay. Lizzie marched back and forth in front of us, getting lost in her own imagination.
I won all gold medals and people are calling me the next Mickey Wright.
Who's that? Lizzie stopped on the spot and turned on him, her brown eyes shining with impatience. Who is that?
It doesn't matter if you know who she is. It's a golf thing. You guys won medals too. Your team placed at silver. It's more relief we're not all first place.
Damn, Lizzie, we won gold medals too. I'm so sorry. Silver sucks. I don't want silver. I'm okay with that. Hey, we can do better than silver. Silver is not bad, not the state sound. We can do better than silver. Silver sucks. I don't want silver. I really like this. Silver sucks. I don't want silver. Hey, we can do better than silver. He patted at Lizzie and happy with the decision. Vincent's right.
Ah, go.
Go.
Sorry.
Lots of people lose at the Olympics. Them's the breaks.
Then you're the one who did, not me. Lizzie looked taken aback by Cove's declaration, as though the thought of her losing was completely absurd.
No. No way. It wouldn't make sense. I'm already practicing my golf game.
She took a golfing stance to make her point, pretending to swing her club and hit an invisible ball.
So what kind of house do you want to live in?
Cove hadn't changed his mind about winning, but thinking about where he'd live as an adult appealed to him, apparently because he looked back at Lizzie with some of the anger fading. I'm going to live on the beach with Vincent. Lizzie made a face at him, poking out her tongue.
That's kind of boring. We already have that.
No, not like the normal houses here with a street on it, right on the sand by the water. Just like that, all the tension was back. You hadn't even had a chance to choose where you would want to live.
That's not very fun or smart, Go. You can't live on a bench of sand and shells.
But I want to, and I will. Cove narrowed his eyes at Lizzie, even though she stood a half a head taller than him. You didn't give out a list of things to pick from this time, so I'm picking that. Why are we even playing pretend if we can't imagine anything?
Jeez.
Well, I'm gonna live in a mansion far away from here and far away from you. One with an indoor pool and a place to practice my award-winning golfing.
You'll need a large mansion for that.
It's not fair.
How come you were yelling about one when your idea is even more impossible? Nice one, Cove. Nice one. Lizzie's face flushed red, her hands balling into fists at her sides.
It is not impossible, and it's better than yours.
Disagreement always seemed to crop up when the two of them were together, and you always felt like you were stuck in the middle. But when it came to the topic at hand this time, you thought, you'd prefer a mansion. Being on the beach was cooler. You wanted to agree with Lizzie, Cove was right. You would thought of design between either of them. Being on the beach was cooler. Cove was right. I don't know, Cove was right or being on the beach was cooler. Cove was right. Being on the beach was cooler. Let's agree with him. But I think it's this right. Cove was right. Let's choose this. Cove was right. Who wouldn't want to live on the beach? It'd be really great. You could have windows made from driftwood and seashells wind chimes. Somehow, you agreeing with him made Cove look nervous. He tried to ignore it by continuing his debate with Lizzie. Oh, he's blushing. He's blushing. Are you liking me now, Cove? You can swim whenever you want if you live on the beach.
We can still swim anytime we want from where we live now. Being a little closer doesn't mean anything.
Says you. The two of them scowled at each other.
You're being so unreasonable. You...
I don't get what you want. This game doesn't make sense.
It does. You have to be realistic. I said that.
But you're not. You had no idea what to do to make them stop at this point. It seemed like the two of them would just keep working each other up as long as they could. Oh, children. Nothing you'd said so far had kept them from being mad. Thankfully, like a greeting card angel, Mom walked into the room. Lizzie rushed to her, hanging on to the hem of her shirt and poking out her tongue at Cove.
Lizzie, Vincent, it's time to get ready to go. So you have to leave already, Cole. Their mama said she'll walk you home so you won't be left in the cold.
Cove was still glaring at Lizzie, his face flushed red with anger. I can go by myself.
But
We can go with Cove. Come on, Vincent, go with him. Why, Vincent? There was still a harsh edge to the brief farewell, but you knew it wasn't you he was mad at. Without giving Mom a chance to stop him, Cove stood up and stalked out of the room, shoulders drawn tight.
okay.
Worried, Mom turned to look down at you and Lizzie.
You two were playing nice with your new friend, weren't you?
Lizzie wasn't, Mom. You told the truth. You fucking lied. Well, let's, tell the truth. No, Lizzie and Cove kept yelling at each other. They wouldn't stop fighting about everything. Your sister's jaw dropped, looking betrayed, as Mom put both hands on her hips.
Elizabeth, I told you to be kind to him. He's having a hard time right now.
Lizzie's mouth closed back up, replaced by a tiny frown.
I know, I tried, but he was... No, but we both know you can show someone a great time when you put your mind to it. We're going to apologize to Cole and his dad over the phone when he gets home from work tonight.
Lizzie hung her head, dragging a foot across the ground in front of her. Oh, I feel bad for Lizzie now, but I still hate her.
Okay, Mom. Good girl.
You caught pieces of Lizzie sulking to herself about how it was his fault too, but it was over.
Alright, we better get a move on.
My cat.
Let's go, kids. Noelani, where did you leave the car keys?
Where's Noelani? Mom hustled you all out the door, and you noticed during the car ride to golf practice that Lizzie was quieter than usual. She was usually the first one to request which music to listen to in the car, but she didn't say a thing. Your parents noticed she wasn't in the mood to be bothered. They gave her space, and Mom would just ask you what you'd like to listen to. What kind of music do I want? You gave a choice. Taylor Swift music. Country. You picked your favorite song. It always made the car ride more fun. You chose the soundtrack to a cool movie you saw a couple months ago. You know what? Let's cheer Lizzie up. We're not that, we're not that kind of an ass. You were happy to see it brighten her up right away, and she started singing along with you. Soon enough, her bad mood was a thing of the past. I'm a good brother. When the car ride was over, you spent the twilight hour watching Lizzie hit the things with other girls her age. You didn't know much about golf, but you could tell that she really liked it, so you sat with your moms and tried to puzzle it out. It was nice sitting outside after being cooped up in the house all day, and you stretched out your legs to let the last few minutes of sun warm your skin. When the sun was finally out of sight, dipping behind the horizon, you all got ready to leave. Instead of going straight home, your moms took the family out to dinner. You went to a restaurant you had all been going to ever since you could remember. The whole afternoon had been a bunch of shouting. You hadn't been able to stop, but you could kind of tell that all this helped Lizzie be less angry. The car ride home was quiet, with only the radio providing escape from silence. Lizzie had been in better spirits now, but the closer you got to your neighborhood, the more she wiggled in her seat and frowned out the window. She knew what was coming when you all got back home. Clearly, she was dreading it. Soon enough, Mom was turning onto your street, then reversing into the driveway. Once she cut the ignition, it was dead silent. No one spoke, only unbuckled their seatbelts and opened their doors. Lizzie was the last one out. Once everyone was inside and done taking off their shoes, she propped her hands on her hips.
Now then, Mr. Holden's car is in his driveway, so you should be back from work. That's good news, isn't it, Elizabeth? You and Cove can hash things out before the day's gone.
Lizzie didn't complain or put up a fight. Her head tucked so she didn't have to meet anyone's eyes. She nodded once.
Good. Let's move this to the kitchen.
Mom went over to the house phone, the rest of you following behind her. Mommy put a gentle hand on Lizzie's shoulder as they walked side by side. You watched them from the back. It was only happening because she told Aunt Lizzie. You didn't regret it. You felt a little guilty, like you had betrayed your sister. You hadn't liked doing it, but had to. But it was her fault for doing it in the first place. You felt a little guilty. That's what I'm feeling right now. You didn't regret it. I did not betray her though. Yeah, I liked doing it, but had to. Yeah. Being a tattletale didn't feel good, and you wouldn't want someone else to tell your moms everything you did. Still, your mom had asked directly, and you wanted to be a liar, even less. The four of you stood around the kitchen in a lopsided square, while eyes were on Lizzie, who kept her gaze on her feet.
You remember the number for Cove's house, don't you, honey?
Lizzie jerked her head in another nod, sullen. Without further prompting, she stepped forward and she began to dial. Mom reached over and pressed the button on the base. Suddenly, you could hear the phone ringing. She turned on the speaker. The phone rang a couple of times, then stopped. Mr. Holden's warm voice came through the other end. Evening, Holden residence. Lizzie looked over at Mom, unsure. She nodded encouragingly.
Hi, Mr. Holden. It's, Lizzie. Can I talk to Cove?
My cat went on my lap. Calm down, Percy. By the way, his name is Percy. Lizzie laughed. What a surprise, but of course you can say hey to the boy. He sounded cheery as usual. My cat hopped on my lap again. You go to your, what do you call that? Shoe. No, stop playing with me. I'm recording. Percy. Percy, here's your box. Get on it. He sounded cheery as usual, though definitely meant it when he said it was a surprise. You thought hard, and you were sure that your sister had never called Cove's house before. No. My cat. Mom spoke up before Mr. Holden or Lizzie could say anything more. Her arms were crossed over her chest, her lips pursed.
Hi, Cliff, Melanie, Vincent, and I here too. And I are here too. Good evening. We're sorry to bother you so late.
Percy! Go there, Percy. Don't bother me. Get away. This cat is so naughty. Look at him. He doesn't want to go. Go. You spoke up to say hello too. I want to say hello. Hey, I'm Mr. Holden. The gang's all here, huh? Is something the matter? His voice grew a bit concerned. Mommy was quick to reassure him.
No, well, yes, but it's going to be okay. Liz and Cove got into a bit of a fight today. We were hoping that the two of them could talk and make up. Is this a good time for you and Cove?
A fight? Percy. Hmm. This cat is... Go there. Cove didn't tell me anything about that when I came home. It does explain the funk he's been in tonight. He chuckled lightly. Despite that, it didn't seem like he really thought it was funny. Anyway, it's good. You didn't catch us at a bad time. I'll go grab him for you. There was some shuffling on the other hand. He must not have gone far because you could still hear him calling out. Okay, Percy. Go. There's someone on the phone for you. After a bit of silence, there was more muffled talking from Cove's dad. Come on, Bud. Lizzie called just so she could talk to you. So that she could tell how lame your idea was. Again.
Are you sure?
Vincent's on the other end listening to. Don't you want to say hi? Oh, I'm sure Cove's gonna come. What he... Percy, go there. Don't bother me. You're getting annoying. It took a bit of back and forth, though the conversation seemed one-sided, since you couldn't hear Cove properly. Okay, that's the last straw. I'm so sorry.
Percy scratched my back.
He jumped on my back. Oh my god, I have another scratch on my back. Eventually, Cove took the phone from his dad. Hello? It was hello, not hi. You opened your mouth only for Mama to catch your eye and shake her head softly. You frowned, but didn't say anything.
Hey, it's Lizzie.
Yeah, I know. Dad told Yeah, I know. Dad told me. So where's Vincent? Cove's tone was defensive. Lizzie turned to Mom, scowling. One stern look from her though, and Lizzie turned away.
Sorry.
I just got to say, I'm sorry for not playing nice with you today. I won't do it again.
Lizzie's eyes were downcast, her voice low. You could tell she felt uncomfortable apologizing to Cove in front of everyone. She was still being genuine about feeling bad. Cove must have realized that too, because he sighed quietly. Okay, Percy's coming near me again. Look at that. He's watching me. He's watching me if I'm not angry. I am though. Me and Vincent should get gold too. Cove is not over it. Cove is not over it. That's right, Lizzie had kept denying you two that what you deserved. Lizzie was momentarily stunned, silent by the demand. She probably forgot that it had even happened already. I forgot too.
Alright, we all win the gold.
Okay, I guess I'm sorry too. I'm sorry too. That line reminded me of a song. Yeah, The Moment I Knew by Taylor. You called me later and said I'm sorry I didn't make it, and I said I'm sorry too, and that was the moment I knew. A sense of relief washed over everyone at his acceptance of the apology. Mom uncrossed her arms, while Mommy's shoulder relaxed. Lizzie's eyebrows raised up. You wondered if she thought that he'd refuse her apology. Dad, can I get off the phone now? Getting sick of Lizzie. You couldn't see him, but it was obvious that Cove felt awkward about the situation. He had come off uncomfortable the entire time. Really?
Yeah.
You can go back to your room if you want. Be sure to say goodbye first though. Say goodbye first. Say goodbye to Miko. I want to hear your voice calling my name. Bye, Lizzie.
Bye.
Bye.
He didn't forget us. He didn't forget us. Bye, Vincent. You perked up at the mention of your name. You smiled, even if you couldn't see it. Bye, Cove. With that said, Cove must have handled He handed the phone to his dad and left, since Mr. Holden spoke up.
That's a relief.
All's well that ends well, as they say. Thanks for arranging this. I'm sure he appreciates it. As Mom replied, Lizzie tugged on Mommy's hand to catch her attention.
Can I go now too?
Good job.
Sure, sweetie. Thank you very much for apologizing to go. Mom flashed a brief smile at Lizzie and nodded her agreement. Given permission to leave, Lizzie scurried off towards the stairs. She seemed to be feeling much better with the incident behind her. Mom and Mommy returned to the phone, taking it off the speaker. They continued talking to Mr. Holden. You couldn't tell what about. You were glad that was the end of it all. Lizzie and Co might not get along, and probably still won't, but they weren't mad at each other anymore. Mom and Mommy weren't upset either. Everything was finally back to normal. With that thought, you retreated to your own room with a spring in your step. Okay, that was nice. Though I love the shopping more, but goddamn, it was nice. So, yeah, that was nice. So thank you for being with me. That's the grown-up episode of Our Life Beginnings and Always. And see you next time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being with me, guys. I hope you all had a great New Year celebration. I hope you all guys, a great what do you call this? Start of the new year 2021. I hope 2021 will be good to all of us. And right, yeah, I think my channel will do good in this year as well. I hope I can reach 1K subscribers soon, guys. And thanks as always to all who was watching my videos, and I really appreciate it, guys. And Happy New Year to all of us, and I love you guys always. Please remember that. And bye. See you again.